Assassin's Creed Liberation is a strange game, coming to us from Ubisoft shortly after Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was released. This remake and HD reimagining of the Vita game featuring the female assassin Aveline has a lot going for it. Unfortunately, it has almost as many things that aren't going for it. As far as games go, it is easy to tell that this was a Vita game. While it has been given a HD makeover, the game still suffers from some pop-in and some stuttering, and you can tell in some of the texture work that it's merely a Vita game with a HD skin put over it. That said, for what it is a smooth game. It runs extremely well, and even in the biggest fights, I only had minimal slowdown and occasional screen tearing, so Ubisoft has done a good job there getting the game to run right. However, that still doesn't make up for the fact that despite the fact that it looks good as you might run by, if you take the time to stop and actually look at any textures, then you're going to notice that it's, well, a Vita game. Voice acting for the most part is good, but, well, listen.
We offer two choices.
You give up the river?
Or we take the river.
Or you suffer before you die?
Three choices.
Enough said. Now, as for gameplay, Liberation plays much like you would think that an Assassin's Creed game would. Combat is smooth and fluid, counters work great, and the double assassination and triple assassin animations look absolutely fantastic. You're still going to find yourself facing a variety of enemies with a variety of tools. Thankfully, there's not as many stealth sections throughout the game. This is probably due to the fact that it was made as a portable game to be consumed in bite-sized chunks, and the stealth sections can get rather lengthy. You'll spend a lot of time either in New Orleans or in the swamp. The swamp, while it does have wildlife, it always felt rather flat and lifeless, like the animals were just there to be hunted. It employs the same free-running mechanics through the trees that Assassin's Creed 3 did, and while for the most part they do work quite well, I've had multiple instances where either the path wasn't precisely clear, or I would be trying to go along a certain path and the controls simply wouldn't respond. It's important to note that playing this game with a mouse and keyboard is possible. However, because the camera is controlled with the mouse, if you're not pointing in the exact right direction as you're free running, it will cause issues. All in all, this is a game that is much, much easier to play with a gamepad. If you have one available, I'd highly recommend it. It does play smoothly though. It feels a lot like many Assassin's Creed games before it. I did have some issues where I wasn't able to get a combo to pull off, or I wasn't able to use the multi-targeting execution system the way that the game said it would. There's also some canoeing sections that you'll find in the game, and while they're usually used as conversation pieces, the controls for them are awkward, stilted, and really feel like they were just rushed into the game. As far as the actual mechanics, you'll play as three guys as Aveline. There's the lady guys, the slave guys, and the assassin guys. Each of them offers their own unique benefits, with the lady guys gaining less notoriety, the slave guys able to walk unnoticed past most guards and through most situations, and the assassin guys quickly attracting attention but allowing you access to the full range of all of your tools as an assassin. It is important to note that the lady, she can fight and does have a blowgun hidden in her parasol, but that's about it, while the slave is in the middle ground and can perform some of the actions of the assassin, but not all of them. You will find yourself upgrading the towns and buildings throughout the game so that you can gain access to shops, you can change wherever you want to once you have them unlocked, as well as a trading minigame that has you sending ships all over the southern Atlantic Ocean from the New Orleans settings of the game. While it is a bit of a shallow addition, it's nice to see. The one glaring omission in this game is multiplayer. This game has none of it. That being said, while the single-player campaign is a decent story, it doesn't do anything that Assassin's Creed games haven't done before. It looks nice, but you can tell that it is a Vita port, and the release timing of it is just flat-out odd. Assassin's Creed Liberation HD gets a 7 out of 10.